Alright, so I'm gonna just start with stage 1, and it is weak to physical and water by 60%, and it resists fire, earth, and thunder. So to be honest, it's 50 weak. It's 50 weak to fire. I mean, 50 resisted to fire, and then it's also 50 weak to physical. So basically, fire physical is at 0. So if you don't have like the good water units, because honestly, for water units, you're not gonna use this Bell. He's not good. He doesn't hit hard enough. Does he have Beast Killer? Then I might change my mind. Nope, Worm Killer. Yeah, exactly. Lightable. Yeah, and that's exactly where I'm going. So this Finn, to be honest, they're probably gonna find a thing that works with the Finn. My only thing that I'm worried about is that there's 5, so it could be harder. But there's probably like a good water team where Finn, it's like Finn, and then like Lunar, the new that swimsuit Lunar, and then so he's just he doesn't have a buff. His 2 is gonna be okay. No, yeah, his S2 is gonna be okay, cause the enemies do buff their STR by 30% and magic by 30%. So that's not gonna be bad, and it's super, but he just doesn't buff himself. So I feel we're gonna have to test, but I just feel like he's not gonna be used. This Eyes, for giving herself water and STR 60%, it feels like she just doesn't hit hard, and it's like only high. So I don't know if she's gonna be used. I mean, if you're free to play, and if you don't have like those units, you'll probably end up using her or the Bell. But for the most part, which most people have, which you got to kind of like think out of the box. Don't limit yourself to water, because sometimes it's just not going to be realistic. So, fire physical, you got Lied, you got Elise. Whoops. You can go Kaguya. You can use the magic Elise, but she's going to be more resisted, since magic resistance is at 0 and then it's still fire. But you could use her. But personally, I'll probably go this. Yeah, I mean, you can use X's Bell with Haruhime, but Haruhime is not going to SA till turn 3 at the earliest. So you're still missing a couple hits, and like I said, it'll probably work for the people that don't have like this team, because this team's gonna do better. Just you got EA with Lied, EA with Kaguya, big damage from Elise plus fire resistance debuff right here. Yeah, the water. Oh, with Water Hime? Yeah, I don't see her really fitting anywhere, honestly. I'd have to look. Let's take a look. I think I have her +4. So the big issue is no SA. I mean, no good SA, because it's not like Haru's, the OG Haru. You have this, which is only 20%. That's like super minuscule. I mean, it's better than nothing, but... Oh, are you talking about the attacking one? That could be an option if you have her MLB, or if you're free to play, probably +3 is fine. So yeah, this could be an option. She's probably going to be used. She hits decently strong. Like, she has super, she has her STR and water buff. So she could make Bell usable, now that you talk about it. But I still have this feeling this team's just going to do better. They have so much more, like, you know, they just flow together well. They basically cover everything you need. You have Light Eyes. You have Light Eyes for the AoE. Yeah, sack AoE. You can try it. I still feel like this fire team's gonna be better. But if you have like the newer water units like Haru, Lunar. Who's the other one? There was one more. There was Lunar, Haru, and Eyes. I don't have her, unfortunately. But those three will probably be pretty good. For, like, if you don't have anything else. Obviously, if you pulled on the banner, there's probably a unit to be used. Which one would that be? Is it... It's not Finn. I would be Eyes. No, that's not Eyes. I'm looking at it wrong. Ugh. Bell? You'd use Bell? The new Bell, he has the water resistance and an STR buff of 85%. Too bad it's not water, because the Haru's not going to give him that much when she SAs. Yeah, Eyes is fire magic. Is this a new type of podcast? I'm just helping people out. Yeah, the Bell is weird, but if you pulled them, if you're unlucky enough and you pulled a lot of them, you could probably use them. I think he's trash, but Ailments will probably find some way to use him, unfortunately. Okay, so this is a good alternate. A fire team like this is a good alternate. It just covers for everything you need. I gotta fix the assist still, but you get what I'm saying. You got Apollo, you got Ares. You can swap her out for literally anything. Maybe you want more damage, or okay, you need Hef as well. So like this is gonna be a really good team. Yeah, Evolve's gonna do pretty good. They have all the light teams. And then another alternate team. To be honest, I don't even know what the meta team's gonna be since I am missing a lot of water units, but a good alternate could be this Haruhime, the Bell, and like Water Eyes. You could use Water Eyes, or there's gonna be a strat with Finn. There has to be, right? Robin, Sean, what is your IGN? And Don Machi. So yeah, this will be a good team probably. Just giving some ideas. I'm gonna just I'm gonna fully build the fire team. I wanna just have it ready for myself. So we got Lied, Kaguya, Elise, Robin, Sean hit me with the lull. I see Shawnee your name. It makes me want to say Shawnee. Okay, so I might put Finn in front to rush SA more. We're gonna have to see how that works. Is it Shawnee? Oh, it is Shawnee, because you were asking about the podcast. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna go with this team. Hef. I guess it don't matter if it's Hef or this Hestia in the back. I'm kind of wondering if okay, I got a better idea. So, we're gonna put SF Hestia on Lied. Or maybe not Lied, maybe Elise. So now they're all above 3,000. Can't wait for the best team to be Tiona spec. Tiona. Okay, so I'm gonna go this. And this will be used in later rounds, because I'm gonna use the Hestia that also has the STR debuff. STR magic debuff. Where is she? I am blind. There she is. Oh yeah, this Finn has more STR, doesn't it? 459. Okay, yeah, it's like very little, but every bit counts. Hestia. So like that. All over 3,000. And I think this is going to be a pretty good team. I got the counter rate. I'm probably going to make this Freya for early. The Freya assist. Let's get rid of this. Freya. This Freya. A lot more counter rate. This will be good for early. So I'll go with this. I'm going to save it. I need armor too. Does it have any ailments? No? Dude, ones without ailments are so easy. Because breastplate. Let's get fire off. So we got Haru. And let's just make it our strongest armor for now. That'll be fine. And this is just pre-builds. Of obviously, I'm going to be testing stuff once it comes out. But this is just what I think might work pretty well. I'll also try out that water team. Just to test stuff out. %50 magic resist buff? Yeah. For stage 1, the... Wait, 50% magic resist. Are you talking about stage 3? S1. No, it doesn't. Stage 1 has a 0%. Oh, skills? That'll be okay. Yeah, it's gonna reduce the damage some, but that'll be okay. If you're using like water Filvis and stuff, because it's still 60% weak to water. So, it'll be fine. People are still probably gonna use Filvis. She hits like a truck. Okay, so I got this team. I'm gonna save it. Save it here. Make this say stage 1. Alright. So next team, I'm just gonna move over anyways. So this is for stage 2. There's 3 enemies this time. They increase their wind damage by an unknown amount, it doesn't say, and it heals HP. Heals are usually kind of small, but that can be annoying if they want to heal and then you're like super close to killing them on one turn just because they mess you up by healing. It resists physical by 30. It's weak to magic by 50. And it's weak to fire by 50. So they want you to use that new eyes on this one. New eyes, Magic Elise is going to be a good team. When does Familia Royale start? It starts the 4th. So basically one more full day. It'll start the 4th at 10 a.m. EST. S2, yeah. Stage 2 is going to be lightable again, just because it may resist physical. It's weak to fire still. And we all know from previous Familia Royales and rushes, Light's team does not give a crap about physical resistance. They will just nuke it. Yeah, it's going to be Eyes. It's going to be Eyes, Reveria, and Magic Elise. It's going to be probably one of the main teams. Or it's going to be like Reveria, maybe Eyes, or Magic Elise. Yeah, she's going to nuke the crap out of it. This stage, I'm pretty sure, is going to be a Tiona stage. The magic single target Tiona. There's only 3 enemies, which makes it a lot easier. And I think there's 3 enemies when she first came out for her magic, for her Royale too. So she is gonna do a lot of work, especially with her SA. Yeah, it's gonna be her stage. I can see that now. So we'll have her. Then probably the new Reveria to do a lot of damage. Yeah, they don't buff. Dude, they're gonna take like no damage. Unless they just hit really hard, like harder than usual. You probably won't do no damage. There's no ailment resistance either, so you can just use plates if you want. So yeah, so that team, they might even use this Aisha for the SA. We'll see how that works. Because I'm thinking Reveria is gonna be usable. The new Eyes is probably gonna be usable. And then Tiona is gonna be like the MVP. I can see it now already. Yeah, she's gonna be the MVP. There's no doubt about it. Just being able to spam S3, and then her S. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, scratch that. They don't even buff their STR magic like you said. I totally forgot that hers is based off Oh yeah, hers is based off the target's STR Mag buff. So never mind. They're probably gonna just use like Reveria, Eyes, and Magic Elise. Magic Elise will be there for the AoE too, the AoE debuff. Yeah, they definitely did that on purpose. They didn't want to use Tiona again this one. Okay, so like yeah, this one's very lightable. I could literally just use this team again. But the best team is, like I said, I'm gonna use the new Reveria. Probably gonna use the new Eyes. Let's see what the new Eyes does again. Yeah, Eyes has the 60% magic and fire buff. And then allies take 30% less AoE damage, which probably doesn't matter. She has an Emra's debuff, magic resistance debuff of 35% on her S2. And then Reveria, who's like the big damage dealer, she has a 90% fire damage debuff. I mean buff, and then she has a fire resistance debuff. So you use Reveria for the fire resistance debuff, and then you use the Eyes for the magic resistance debuff. And let's see, her S2 is gonna do super damage, and it's plus 60% per fire damage buff on self. So you use the magic, you use Hephaestus, which is the 15% magic, 50% fire damage, and this one. I'll just gonna pull her up, so I'm not saying anything. Yeah, 20% magic and fire plus 15%. So the Riv is gonna hit really hard, and she doesn't even have an EA. She's just gonna hit really hard. And then the Eyes has an EA, so she's obviously gonna hit really hard too. So yeah, they're really gonna want you to, and it's funny because they're changing the way Royale works, and they're gonna make it so, like, they're gonna change the way the score modifiers work. So stage 2 might be just as good as stage 3 this time. We don't know yet. So people with Eyes and Reveria are gonna like be at the top of the ranks this time, is what I'm feeling, maybe, because that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Yeah, and it looks like you're gonna use looks like both their SAs aren't like anything crazy. They don't add any extra damage, they just remove stuff. Evolve gonna get our tickets again. Alright. So yeah, stage 3, I'm gonna say it's lightable, because I don't have the fire teams for it. Though for this one, let me go back to the weaknesses. For this one, I'm gonna do this probably. I'm gonna do this. Get rid of Freya. Gave you that premium follow. Thanks for the follow, Baylor. So it'll probably be this team. Put Ares instead. Oops. Ares instead. Then put Finn like this. This will be my S2 team for now. Because your boy did not pull for no fire AoE units. I got Finn. So stage 2. Alright, let's go to the third one. Okay, so we got, it's weak to physical by 50%, it resists magic by 50%, it resists fire by 50%, 40%, earth by 50%, 0% weak to wind, 50% weak to water, 50% weak to thunder, and then 0/0 for light and dark. So basically all that's saying is, hey, you're using Finn, no questions about it. So let's add Finn. So we got Finn. It's weak to physical and water, but he's the only good physical water unit, well, that I have. I think the Eyes might be good. So let's see what Haru does. So this Haruhime could be good because her S3 is 40% per water damage buff. So she just buffs water. She's gonna do good damage on the S3, so you could use her. I probably won't use her because she's +3. And then the eyes, which I don't have, I'll just go pull her up. Whoops. Let's see. Eyes. I really wish I had her. So she does have this, the single target 20%, and then her S2 S3 also has 40% per target skill effect that increases damage. So you have the S2, and then you'll start using the S3. The Haruhime will give her the buff, and Finn has the water resistance debuff. So I don't even think he'll use S1, even though it gives EA. I don't think it's worth it enough because it's only for 2 turns. So you'll probably just use this right off the bat after the Haru buffs you. So that's a team you could use. Or Thunder Twins are good here too. Yeah, I was gonna go over Thunder in a second. Let me just do the water stuff first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to not care about the water resistance, just like I did for this Familia. For this Record Buster, and I'm going to go probably this or this, because she's gonna give me my magic resist debuff. Because right now this team doesn't have anyone for the single target debuff. Actually, no, I could just use Ryu. So I have the single target, and then I can go this. There she is. So I get my magic resist debuff, or you can use, what's that other unit? Lyra? I think her magic resist debuff is bigger. 35% and hers is 30? Yeah, okay, so you would just use Lyra. 35% magic resist debuff. So this will probably be the team I use. It's gonna do pretty good, I assume, because her S3 is gonna hit really hard. Obviously, Reverie is gonna hit really hard. I mean, they were hitting hard when the Record Buster boss was resisting magic by 80%. So now it's 50%, and actually it's 0 because it's weak to water as well. So it's like 0. She's gonna hit really hard. So I think this team is gonna be the team I use, because we got Finn. He supports himself physical resist debuff, and he hits really hard. And Riv, we all know what Riv does. And then this Ryu, she gives herself single target debuff on the enemy. She buffs herself. This could be good once we get to like level 110, because he's gonna start hitting hard. Let me read over what he does actually. He has a special arts. All targets attack and removes enemies STR magic buff. Yikes. So on his SA he removes STR magic buffs, so you're gonna have to reapply. Self removes debuffs turn 5, 9, and 13. Oh, that's not great. So I'll still use this Ryu because I think the single target damage for everyone is gonna be better than the magic resist debuff for 2 units. So yeah, I'll probably use her. Increases the STR, so yeah, once you get to like level 100 and 110, you're gonna start using her as 2. Just kill it turn 4. Hey, I mean, anything is possible. Probably not, but you never know. Let me get these assists fixed up. I do not have Ducky Hestia MLB, but you'd use her if you did. Or there's another Hestia. Whoops. There's another Hestia that you could use if you don't have Ducky. Though if you have Hephaestus, it's like the same thing. Do I think Anya will be better or other water units? Anya, I don't think is gonna be better than Riveria. Where is that? Oh, here she is. So this one. She has STR and magic and water attack damage, but if you have Hephaestus, it kind of don't matter. So I'm not gonna use Ducky. So I'm gonna use. I'll answer that question in a second. Hold on. I'll probably go this. Yeah, Feistus. Molly Seer. Or I could use Orna. Let me see. 427. Okay, yeah. So I'll use Finn here. And then I think I'm going to do the same strat I did in Record Buster. So I'm literally like copying my Record Buster team. So where is she? Oh, she's going to be down here. Orna. Let's not forget Asfi this time. Where is she? I'm totally blind. There she is. And yeah, so I'll probably use something like this. And yeah, I could also replace his eyes since I do have 10% STR. I don't like that it's only 10%, but if I need to, I could like replace him for something. So this will be the main team I try. And let's get to your question. Do I think Anya will be better or other water units, water magic units? I think Anya and Kodari are sleeper for stage 3. So personally, Anya is not going to be better than either of these two that I'm using. Because obviously she's never going to be better than Eyes. She just does too much damage, she has EA. And then you have to use her because she has a single target damage. And she's going to hit harder than Anya with her S3. So if you have these ones, yeah, even with Beast Killer, I don't think they're going to do more. Because this is her S3 does so much damage. It's like an incredible amount, 85% plus. She has better than Beast Killer. Basically, it's what 85% per is saying. That's like what 170% compared to the 50%. So and plus, it's weak to water by 50%. Like so, it's 0. So she's basically, yeah, she's gonna hit harder. Riveria's gonna hit harder. She has EA. I mean, she has EA. She just does loads of damage. So these two, I'm gonna say, are better than Anya and Kodari. Yeah, but no light resist IDK. I mean, it has water weakness and the magic resist, so it is 0 for water magic, and it's 50% for light. So if you want to put it that way, light is weak 50%, plus they got Beast Killer. That's 100%. This is 170%. So she's gonna hit harder. And you know, Riv is just a beast. I'm not sure if you use her, but she just does way too much damage not to use her. And she just meshes with the team better. If you throw, just think of it like this: if you use light, fire, and this Finn, which is water, you have 3 different elements that you gotta account for. The Hef will cover 2 of them, but then you still have the light one. You can use Apollo, which is fire resistance and light resistance, but then you're missing Finn. He doesn't get the water resistance. So there's like, they don't mesh as well together. They will be a good team, but not as good as this. But I don't even have Kodari on this account, or I'll try her. So like the team you're thinking, which also could be good, I think I have Kodari like +1. Yeah. So Kodari, Finn, and Anya. Where are you? So if you want to go all Beast Killers, she does have an ST resistance, so that's going to be good. But she doesn't have a fire resistance debuff. None of her allies have a fire resistance debuff either, so she's going to start dropping a little bit of damage after turn 5. But this Finn is super self-reliant. I mean, not Finn. Anya is super self-reliant. Physical and light resistance debuff. Removes STR, which is nice because he does STR buff himself. And Beast Killer, which is nice. Finn, obviously we know he does. He's self-reliant, water resistance debuff, and physical. Physical doesn't matter, but the water. Yeah, it removes debuff, so it gets annoying after that. Only a little bit for this team. This team's pretty self-reliant, except Coterie doesn't have the fire resistance debuff, but she does have single target. So this single target's super big for the team. Yeah, you can't sack fire. You can sack fire for 4 turns, which I'll probably do, because there's nothing else I need to do for this team. So sack fire resistance, so just Elise. You'll get 4 turns of 40%. So like this would probably be good. Obviously I gotta fix up the assists. Let's see what I use. So yeah, Apollo will cover the Anya and the Coterie. Then Ares for all of them. Let's see. We're gonna use Hephaestus. That's gonna give us the water. This is water and fire, so this covers these two. Who's she gonna use? Artemis? Just it doesn't matter. It's just like 20% more. So technically, since it doesn't matter, but I don't have any 3 Riv or Ryu, so I think I'll have to. No, yeah, like if you don't have those, this is definitely the play. Like I'm not saying like they're bad or anything. Like they're still gonna be really good because they have Beast Killer. It's weak to physical, so for fire it has a 40%. It resists fire by 40%. So basically you're like -10. So she's still gonna hit hard. She has Beast Killer. She does a bunch of damage. Yeah, she does a bunch of damage. 50% per each self STR buff and damage received. 20%. So that's 100% right there. Plus she has that. So yeah, this is gonna be a good team. You're probably gonna score pretty high. Do you have Finn? Because if you have Finn, this team's gonna do pretty well. I'm not sure what kind of assist you got, but probably something like this for me. I might be missing something here, but I cover light resistance debuff and fire resistance debuff. I have fire damage and water damage. No Finn, it's gonna be rough. You have Anya and Coterie. Let's see, if you had no Finn, what would you use? Weak to Thunder. Thunder units? Argo is gonna be decent. Argo will be decent. He kind of works like Finn with his S3 just because it's +2 debuffs. So you have Argo, who's also self-reliant, but it takes him a couple turns to get rolling. Yeah, if you have Thunder, man, I wish I had Thunder Fiona. This one, she's gonna be pretty good. She does a lot of damage. She's like a glass cannon. So where is it? Oh, I don't have everything. I don't have anything for everything for her. But yeah, no, Tiona is gonna be pretty good. Let's see where she's at. She does a lot of damage. Boy, I wish I pulled for her. It's gonna take her 2 turns to get like going. But this 40% per STR buff, that's 80% extra damage right there. So that's gonna be pretty good. And you can reapply Thunder Resistance debuff. So she's self-reliant. And to a little add-on, since you have to use this move anyways, you'll get your EAs back, your extra attacks. So you do a little bit more damage. So honestly, you're probably gonna do okay. You're gonna be able to clear stage 3 with your team. So this is probably gonna be like a good team. I won't say second best. I have no idea what this one's probably second best. The one right here. If you have like the better water physical units, then that one might be better. So I need to save this. So a funny thing about this one is that none of them have ailments. So I can just use my breastplates the whole time. So let's do that. So this will be my team I'm gonna try out in a couple days. So what else I got? Oh, I can save this. Stage 3. So yeah, I just noticed in my Familia there are people kind of restricting themselves, like, oh, it's weak to water, you gotta use all water. Cause I'm looking, and one of my guys is using a +1 bell, like the winter bell. So I'm gonna talk to him. Hopefully he will see this video, like when I put it on YouTube, and just understand that you don't need to restrict yourself so much. You gotta think out of the box. Why do you have Orna? Oh, do I have Orna and Seer on that team? Whoops. Oh, okay. I see what I did. I forgot to add Freya. There you go. Let me resave that. Okay, yeah. Good call out. I totally forgot to add Freya. Freya will turn into the Hestia. Where is she? She'll turn into this one once I need to. So like level 100, maybe level 80, depending on how hard they're hitting. So yeah. So just, you don't have to restrict yourself so much by weakness. Because if you got good units and like they hit really hard, you can probably use them, honestly. That's why like every stage is lightable except stage 3.